Hey guys, what is up, City? And back again with another redstone tutorial, and I have built what I have dubbed the Pepto-Bismol door. I was going to build this in green, and I grabbed pink, and man, it is a lot of pink in this build, so it is just a pink redstone lines all over the place. This is a 4x4 flush hipster door. Looks beautiful, opens nicely, closes nicely, does a nice little spiral close, and then closes top and then bottom. You see all that working here quite nicely. So let's dive into the build and show you what we got. The reason why we got this pink over here, this glorious pink coloring, and we got some orange over on the other side, is to kind of highlight what areas the redstone are doing what. So these white blocks here going around, this is your power from your button. You got a button over here, you got a white blocks coming around over here, and this all kind of converges right over here behind this monostable circuit. This is a hopper dropper monostable circuit going into a comparator redstone torch right there on the back of that goes into a T flip-flop. Now the T flip-flop down there sets this door for open or close. Right now it is obviously open. Nothing is powered coming out of there. And we just got a repeater running right out of there. And this line right here, the pink line, the lovely pink line, is our hot line. This is the line that we want everything, all of our first firing pistons. This is what does it. So this fires the pistons that open, do the initial push for these two blocks, and then all the way around. This pink line covers all of that section, and then all the way around this section here, this is what fires all of that out. So we want to make sure that that pink line was noted. So this is all the stuff we want firing first. And then there's some extra redstone up there on white that is kind of either or. And then there's a little bit of pink that's kind of both too, but we'll get into that in a minute. So going into this tutorial here, we got some glass stuff going on here. So we got a solid block in here. If you power the top of a solid block, you can pull a signal out of it with a repeater. So that's what we've done here. We've kind of messed around with the glass tower idea a little bit. Let this go up here and then over that solid block so we can pull 3 repeaters out of this thing instead of 2 without having to expand this thing out one more space, just to kind of keep it a little more compact. I've built this big so you guys can see what's going on with it, but we definitely didn't want to just get all crazy and have it like 50 blocks wide and all that stuff, so try to keep it a little more compact. But this is this side, so we got our circuit that keeps this back piston open on that double piston extender, and we have these blocks here which fire all 6 of these simultaneously on this side. The back 2 and the right 2 and the left 2 get fired simultaneously, and then the power goes from that on up this line, going right across the top here to where we have 8 more pistons, and this fires all of those 8 pistons across the top. And then it goes down into this. Now this is set up exactly the same, except you need less of a delay on your far side from your power, because obviously you've got, several repeaters worth of delay coming into this already. Don't want to delay it too much. Don't want this door to take forever to open. So we got just 8 ticks of delay. On the other side, we got 10 ticks of delay. And that's just because we have an extra repeater in here. And I believe there's an extra repeater. No, this is the only extra repeater, but this is why we just wanted to make sure we weren't going all crazy with our stuff here. And then as you come on down here underneath, this is where we start firing off these pistons here, these front pistons. So after these have extended, coming down here, we're going to fire this off. Now I've got 2 repeaters here kind of right together. This is where my redstone power ended, coming down this line. So it's like, okay, well, I need a little extra power coming out of here. But then I wanted the same amount of power coming off of my orange line as I had off of my pink line right here. And so I decided to put these 2 repeaters here together, firing off that redstone dust right there. And then as we come around here, you'll notice we got a repeater going into that block. And then we got a redstone torch over here on the other side of this block that goes into a repeater there that turns this torch off. Now what that does is whenever this line is active, it powers this block, it turns this repeater off, which also powers that block. So this line is used for the second expansion for our double piston up there. And then this block lets us do the piston return, the double pulse for the second piston up there to get it to pull that block all the way into the wall. And then we just go right on up here. We got the same thing here. We got 2 blocks of redstone that are covered here. This is for when you close in the door. This is that second pulse when you open the door up. And it goes right on up around over here. Down this side, we got the same thing over here. 2 blocks on top. And then just down this glass tower. Same exact setup on this side with just, this torch under that block, repeater going into that block, repeater going in there with the torch right behind it. This just gets those 2 blocks hot, so they'll work those pistons up in the front. And then the last thing that we got coming off of here, so this is our T flip-flop right here, and it comes over here. It also powers up this monostable circuit right here, this falling edge monostable circuit. Goes up the orange line and just reconnects right here, and this prevents feedback from going back up here and reopening these pistons. So that's what these repeaters do. And this makes sure, with them having 2 here, make sure that you only got power, you get the same amount of power. You're going to get 12 blocks of redstone going out of there, so that you don't have to worry about having closer repeaters up there at the top. Because this, I could have come up here and like put a repeater over here somewhere, but that would have meant that I would have had a different spacing up here necessary for everything for different purposes. So that's just, kind of one of those things, you're counting out your redstone, how far your line will run, and sometimes it's nice to converge it onto a single spot. But that's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty easy build. Just got to kind of, work out your timings and everything. And I'll let you guys take a look at these timings here. You can pause your video, and that way you can kind of get an idea of what these timings are and where they should be set. And I'll kind of try to make sure you guys have an opportunity to look at all of that, maybe take some screenshots or something if you're trying to build one of these. Now you should be able to, as we've talked about before in some of the tutorials, is you can count all of these redstone, different components and say, okay, well, we got 10 ticks of delay right here, so we know we need 10 ticks of delay somewhere else before something powers on or powers off. So you guys can count this stuff now. You know how to do it. So this is pretty much it. You guys should have a pretty good idea of how this whole thing works at this point. It's pretty easy to build. So hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys get some use out of this thing. And I will see you guys in the next video.